Chelsea and Manchester United have generated a lot of buzz this season, but have both gotten to some rocky starts. Is this an indication for how things will play out for both teams for the upcoming future, or should we wait to push the panic button? Let's eat.
What time is it? Game time! Boom!
What's going on, everybody? It's your boy Edward, aka King Jalof, and I'm back again. For once, we don't have a breaking news video, That's very interesting, but nevertheless, we still got some good news for you guys today. So if you don't already know, this will be a soccer video, so sit back and relax, and let's get straight into it because I got a lot to say. Listen, guys, we will be analyzing two teams in the Premier League right now, Manchester United and Chelsea. What the hell is going on with Manchester United and Chelsea? Oh my goodness. They were generating so much buzz, so much hype before the season started. I'm talking about United fans coming to me and saying, we're going to win the league next year, right? We're going to win Champions League. We have the players to do it. What the hell? I got Chelsea fans telling me we are guaranteed a third place finish this season and a big run in Champions League. Oh man, it's not looking too good right now. That's all I'm gonna say. It's not looking too good right now for both teams. But let's start off with United because they have a little bit of different buzz than Chelsea did at the beginning of the season. So last year, right, when restart happened and they had these matches coming back, United was basically the hottest team in England. The hottest team in England. I'm talking about winning most of their matchups last season to go on and push and finish third for the season, right? Bruno Fernandes and his emergence to the United squad, or Fernandes, as I like to say, because he's always taking a penalty somewhere. But his emergence breathed life into that dead squad of theirs. And the return of Paul Pogba, right? His return gave them something hope for the future. But nevertheless, United lost 3 semifinals last year, and they were in negotiations this transfer window with star Wonder Boy, young coveted player Jadon Sancho from Borussia Dortmund. And they might be still in for him, but I think that it's highly unlikely that they get him anyway. So they watched almost all Big Six teams strengthen their squads while they stood from the sidelines and did nothing. No Jadon Sancho, no notable moves, and now they have basically the same team from last year, which isn't bad because, listen, like I said before, they were the hottest team in England at one point, right? So what's going on? I don't know, because season starts and they lose 3-1 to Crystal Palace. You gotta be kidding me. Then the next game, they have an uninspiring win against Brighton. 2-3 against Brighton. Really? 2-3 against Brighton, where Brighton shot 5 times and hit the woodwork. They hit the post 5 times. You know how hard it is to not score a goal when you hit the woodwork 5 times? That's terrible. But they barely get past Brighton by beating them with a last-minute penalty. So it's inevitable with this penalty kicks for United. I'm telling you, it's really inevitable. But anyways, a team that once had cohesion now lacks a lot of cohesion, and the defense looks horrendous. The backline looks shaky, and to be honest, United are not the same as they were before. Now, Chelsea's hype was a little bit different, right? Facing a transfer ban, Frank Lampard willed his youngsters to a 4th finish in Premier League last season, right? They also made an appearance to the FA Cup final where they got booted out by my side, the Arsenal. Nevertheless, Chelsea won the transfer window, getting guys like Timo Werner, King Zayed, Kai Havertz, Ben Chilwell, Edward Mendy, Thiago Silva, right? All these new players, a lot of signings. That's a lot of signings for a club. So you can see why they generated so much buzz, because they got so many new players, so many new talents on the side, and like they have a good shot, right? They win their first game. However, you would think that this next game that they're facing against Liverpool, that they would look more dangerous and they would be more of an attacking side where they'll be able to cause Liverpool some issues. But that wasn't the case, because Liverpool ended up winning that game 2-0, an uninspiring loss by Chelsea. At least you have these losses where you think that you could take something from the game. I thought that Chelsea couldn't take anything from the game except for the fact that Timo Werner was getting into some good positions and he didn't score, right? But nevertheless, that's still a bad result. You know why? Because the week before, Liverpool gave up 3 goals to a newly promoted side in Leeds United. So if you're Chelsea and you're a better team, in my opinion, you have to find a way to trouble the goalkeeper, and they didn't do that. Kepa played sloppy, and once again, the defensive miscues were there for Chelsea, and they looked terrible, right? But that's not all, right? The next game, they face a newly promoted side in West Bromwich. I call them West Bromwich, but their actual name is West Bromwich. Such a terrible name, in my opinion. West Bromwich Albion, right? The newly promoted sides in the Premier League. Thiago Silva eventually starts this game, and on top of that, Kepa is benched for Willy Caballero, the second goalkeeper choice. And you would expect some 3 points coming your way, if you're a Chelsea fan at least. I got my guy Balo telling me that, oh my goodness, Thiago Silva is the second best. Guys, listen to what I'm saying. The second best central back in the Premier League right now. Golly. So what ends up happening is that the defensive frailties that Frank Lampard apparently can't seem to fix still haunts them to this day. My goodness. And you have the likes of Thiago Silva, Reece James, and Marcus Alonso all making mistakes in that game, one. And on the other side of the field, you have Timo Werner, who got into some great positions, not scoring his goals, not finishing his dinner. But it wasn't just him. The whole team wasn't clinical in front of goal the whole first half, and they find themselves down 3-0. 3-0 to West Brom, to a newly promoted side. 3-0. You gotta be kidding me. Listen, give Chelsea credit because they end up fighting back to draw at the end of the game 3-3, but that is still a terrible result. That's a bad result. So when you look at Chelsea and how they've looked in the past couple of games, it's still early, right? Same thing for United. It's still early. I'm not going to really say too much. It's not time to push the panic button yet. But don't you think there's some reason to be concerned? Maybe. We have to now take into account that they have to, one, gel, Chelsea, and the United, two, have to find a way to reclaim that fire that they had last season. But we now have to take a closer look at how these two teams will pan out for the rest of the season. Smooth sailing for both these teams is now, a little shaky start that we may not know how will pan out for the rest of the season. So, I don't know. Anyways, guys, that's all that we have for this video. 2 uninspiring wins, I guess. Chelsea and United are both winners, but very uninspiring, like I just said, because Brighton is not a team that you should be scrapping to beat. I'm sorry. To be honest, United beat Brighton, but barely. And I think Brighton will get relegated this season. And Chelsea, on the other hand, they are down 3-0 to West Brom. Give them credit because they fought back, but West Brom, come on. No. Anyways, guys, make sure you go like, share, and subscribe. Leave a comment below. Just tell me, where will United and Chelsea finish this season? For me, it's too early to tell because I don't know. These two teams have some good quality on their hands, and I'm not sure if this rocky start for both teams is an indication of the future, or is it something that we should just scratch aside because it's early days in the Premier League? I don't know. But let me know what you guys think about that in the comment section below, right? And always remember, guys, as I grow, we grow together. Stay tuned for the next video. Boom!